They lied to her face, smiled for the cameras, but behind palace walls. Total chaos. And now, after years of silence, we finally know what Queen Elizabeth really thought about Meghan Markle, and it's not the fairy tale the press fed us. This isn't gossip. This is straight from the Queen's own cousin, Lady Elizabeth Anson, who spilled the truth before she died. From royal snubs to wedding betrayals, and a grandson who changed overnight. This is the side of the story the monarchy hoped would never come out. If anyone had a front row seat to the Queen's real feelings, it was Lady Elizabeth Anson, her first cousin, her confidant, her fixer when things got messy behind palace gates. She wasn't just some distant royal relative collecting dust at garden parties. Lady Elizabeth was an Oneida seasoned party planner with elite connections, the kind of woman who could wrangle diplomats, celebrities, and duchesses with a single phone call. Her nickname for the Queen, Jemima. That's how close they were. While the world saw the monarch in pearls and protocol, Lady Elizabeth saw the woman behind the crown. They'd gossip like teenagers over tea in what she called her egg room, filled with rare hand-painted eggs and royal secrets no one dared write down. And she kept those secrets for years, until just before her death in 2020, when she gave one final no-holds-barred interview to royal biographer Sally Bedell Smith. And in it, she didn't hold back. Because according to Lady Elizabeth, the Queen wasn't just disappointed in Harry and Meghan, she was heartbroken, blindsided, and deeply wounded by how it all went down. This isn't royal drama. This is personal betrayal. Let's rewind to 2018 peak royal fever. The world was drooling over Meghan's every move. Harry was the golden boy turned groom, and the Queen, well, she was already raising eyebrows behind closed doors. According to Lady Elizabeth, the cracks didn't start after the wedding. Oh no, they started before Meghan even walked down the aisle. And the breaking point, a private meeting between Harry and his grandmother that went off the rails. Lady Elizabeth didn't sugarcoat it. Harry was rude. Not tense, not misunderstood. Rude. To the woman who held the monarchy together for over 70 years, 10 whole minutes of entitled tantrum, and not even over a life or death issue over wedding details. Of course, the Queen was stunned. The Harry she knew, the boy who adored his military service, who once knelt beside her at official ceremonies, was gone. Replaced by someone who barked orders, threw protocol out the window, and acted like he was above the system he once defended. And as for Meghan, the Queen didn't even know what to think yet. Lady Elizabeth put it bluntly. The jury was out, but the signs were already flashing red. And no one, not even Jemima, was being spared. Here's what really gutted her: not the press scandals, not the palace drama. It was Harry himself. The Queen watched the grandson she once adored morphed into someone she barely recognized. And according to Lady Elizabeth, it wasn't just confusing, it was devastating. She couldn't understand it. Lady Elizabeth said Harry had loved his military career. He'd been so devoted to duty, and now he was slamming doors, clashing with staff, and putting a woman he'd known for 5 minutes ahead of everything, including his own grandmother. This wasn't just royal disappointment. This was personal. A private heartbreak the Queen never publicly aired, but quietly carried. And Lady Elizabeth could see it all over her. The change in tone, the silence, the wariness. She was hurt beyond belief. Lady Elizabeth admitted, and not just by what Harry was doing, but who he was becoming. Imagine managing one of the most successful reigns in modern history, only to have your twilight years poisoned by your own flesh and blood. Meghan didn't just shake the firm, she shattered a bond that had held strong for decades, and the Queen knew she wasn't getting her Harry back. And just when the Queen thought it couldn't get worse, they left. Not a dignified transition, not a graceful step back. No, Harry and Meghan ghosted the monarchy like a bad date. But what most people don't realize, the Queen had given them everything. Frogmore Cottage wasn't just a wedding gift, it was a sacrifice. That property sat right next to her private gardens. By handing it over, she was literally surrendering her solitude. That was her backyard, her sanctuary, and she did it with grace. Quietly, privately, because she trusted them. Hoped they'd respect it, but no, they bolted. Commonwealth Day 2020 was their last official appearance, and you could feel it: cold stares, stiff smiles. The Queen had wanted to see Archie one last time. That didn't happen. They left the UK, left their titles hanging by a thread, and didn't look back. Lady Elizabeth said it best: she was very disappointed they didn't bring Archie. It was more than rude, it was a slap in the face. After everything she'd done, they couldn't even give her a proper goodbye or a moment with her great-grandson. Frogmore wasn't just real estate, it was trust. and they burned it. By now, the Queen had learned one brutal truth. Harry and Meghan weren't interested in tradition. They were rewriting the script, and it all came to a head during the wedding planning. Forget centuries of protocol, forget respect for the crown. Meghan had her own vision, and anyone who stood in the way, pushed aside. First red flag, the veil. The Queen was reportedly shocked Meghan even wore one. She was a divorcee marrying into the royal family. A white dress and a veil. Not exactly subtle. And when it came to the wedding dress itself, Meghan wouldn't tell the Queen a single detail. Left her in the dark, the monarch of the country. And she was being treated like a background extra. And then came the Archbishop stunt. Harry skipped right past the Dean of Windsor. The correct protocol for St. George's Chapel and went straight to Justin Welby to arrange the ceremony. A total breach of royal etiquette. It was becoming clear this wasn't about love. This was about control. Meghan and Harry weren't joining the institution. They were trying to dominate it. And the Queen? She wasn't just worried. She was watching her legacy unravel in real time. Now here's where it gets personal. Lady Elizabeth Anson wasn't just a royal cousin. She was the go-to woman for palace events. This is the woman who planned the Queen's 90th birthday, Prince Philip's 70th anniversary with the Queen, and even parts of William and Kate's wedding. When the royals needed elegance and precision, they called Lady E. So naturally, the Queen asked her to help with Harry and Meghan's wedding, specifically the flowers. With decades of experience and unmatched royal access, she was the obvious choice. But after one meeting with Meghan, boom, cut out completely. Lady Elizabeth was told rather coldly her services were no longer required. No reason, no explanation. Just like that, a royal expert with decades of service was dismissed like a disposable intern. And not by the palace, by Meghan. The message was loud and clear. This is our show now. Lady Elizabeth was devastated. She never said it publicly, but her pride was bruised. She wasn't just hurt for herself, she was hurt for the Queen, who had asked her to step in. It wasn't just about flowers. It was about respect. And Meghan had none. Ah, yes, the infamous tiara tantrum. You've heard the quote, "What Meghan wants, Meghan gets." Well, Lady Elizabeth confirmed it wasn't just gossip, it was a pattern. During wedding prep, Meghan reportedly had her heart set on a specific tiara. Problem was, it wasn't approved. Enter Angela Kelly, the Queen's longtime dresser and gatekeeper of the royal jewels. She wasn't just anyone. She had full authority over the Queen's collection. But Harry wasn't having it. He stormed in, demanding the tiara be handed over. When Angela didn't cave, he exploded. Allegedly told her off in a tone so aggressive, it stunned everyone involved. And the Queen, she heard about it, and she was furious. This wasn't some celebrity fitting. This was a state affair. Meghan and Harry were treating it like a reality show. Lady Elizabeth saw the fallout firsthand. The tension, the resentment, the mounting disrespect. And though Harry would later deny using those exact words, the damage was done. The narrative was out. It wasn't just a tiara, it was a power grab. A line in the sand. And Meghan made it crystal clear. She wasn't here to follow rules, she was here to rewrite them. By 2020, the Queen had stopped hoping for reconciliation. She had only seen Archie once or twice. Her great-grandson, the child she longed to know, was growing up thousands of miles away. And when she did see him, it was through a Zoom call. That's right. The woman who ruled through war and Wi-Fi blackouts was left waving at a toddler through a laptop screen. Lady Elizabeth, heartbroken herself, said the Queen was quite surprised by the call, but grateful. He has red hair, she noted quietly. That was it. That was her relationship with Archie, a few virtual glimpses. And when asked how Meghan and Harry really came to be, Lady Elizabeth didn't hesitate. We hope, but don't quite think she is in love. We think she engineered it all. And Harry, bless his heart, he is neither bright nor strong. She is both. It wasn't just scandal, it was a tragedy. A queen betrayed, a family fractured, and a monarchy forever changed.